Okay, Doom Part 1, spoilers, Atreides. Okay, so Doom Part 1. Doom Part 1 is a movie that is orgasmic. Has excellent visuals, have an excellent story. The director is amazing. There is the shot when they're just landing on the desert, and that just blew your mind on the scope this has. It's a really good made movie. So I'm guessing you guys are here because you're gonna go and wanna see Dune 2. And I don't know, I'm making this review a little late, but it's for you guys, so enjoy. This movie, I'm gonna double check here, and I'm gonna pronounce stuff really bad. So bear with me and enjoy it. So is the director is Denis Villeneuve, and he have like an amazing cast as Timothée Chalamet, Rebecca Ferguson, Zendaya. Well, and we will talk about Zendaya, Oscar Isaac, Jason Momoa. Oh, I have to say something about Jason Momoa. Jason Momoa to me in every single movie is Jason Momoa in another movie. But in Doom, well, he take out his beard, so probably it's that. But he actually mix with the world, and that's actually really amazing because you don't see Jason Momoa, you see Duncan Idaho, and that is what you want in this movie. Plus, he got this magnetism that he always have. He's like every other guy, and he have a lot of charisma, and that in this movie is just what you expect it to be, right? So, Stellan Skarsgård, Baron Vladimir Harkonnen. All right, this guy is the others stand out for me in this movie. He's the bad guy. He's the fat son of a bitch that floats. I know that in the books they said something like that, but yeah, the effect here it make you feel like why he's doing this. But what is impressive about this is he's the bad guy. He's the bad guy of bad guys, and he's a bad guy that you feel that he's just a bad guy because he have all the power in the world. He's like the richest son of a bitch in the world, so he can do whatever he wants. So every scene he's in, you are disgusted with the guy, mad with the guy, and at the same time intimidated with the guy. And that is what you want in the bad guys, of course. Other than that, Josh Brolin as Gurney is one of the trainers or masters for Paul Atreides, that's Timothée Chalamet, and Javier Bardem as Stilgar, right? And later on, I'm gonna talk about Zendaya and Javier. But this movie is basically about Paul Atreides and Lady Jessica. Right? It's their movie. If you see what is happening in the eyes of Paul Atreides or in the eyes of Lady Jessica. Right? The story goes, they have like fights. Right? It's an Imperium against. Let's go like this. It's an Imperium and it's planets, right? Between planets, they have houses. Let's put it better, right? There are houses, and these houses have planets, and these planets belong to an Imperium, and you have an Imperator, right? And the Atreides are one of the houses, and the Emperor wanna get rid of these Atreides, right? And also, the Harkonnen, the bad guys, have beef with the Atreides. So they make this plan, and the way they do it is, I didn't talk about the spies, Milash, but I will now. The spies is the substance who you can find in the planet Dune. Dune is a planet full of desert, all right, and with these really, really big worms. Probably you already know that because it's kind of famous, Dune. But this spice is what made the Imperium work. The Imperium travels through planets with spice. All right, that's like their main. That's their oil. Is a spice. All right, so it only can be found in the planet Dune, right? The planet Dune is a desert planet, like I told you, and over there they live the Ferment. The Ferment are the native of this planet, right? And they're pretty good living in the desert. They're really rough people, really good warriors. Um, you will understand a little better. So Harkonnens are the ones who actually mine the spice from Dune to the rest of the Imperium. That's why they're so rich, right? And the Emperor take that away from them and give it to the Atreides. When the Atreides come to this planet, they find out there is obviously a political maneuver somehow, and they're ready for it, but they get betrayed by this doctor, right? They have a doctor and they betray them. They basically put everybody to sleep and lower the chills. And they have these chills, and this is one of the best use of chills on science fiction that I ever see. Even in the games, it's kind of that. So the chills, the way the chill works, like any other chill, they're portable, and they wear it on their hands or in their fingers in case of the bad guys. The way it works is repel every single attack unless it's a slow attack, right? So you can actually put a blade really slow through someone and kill it that way. And that's more or less the justification for their soldier having swords, because they need to do melee fights. And well, I digress. So this doctor, they betray them. The Harkonnen came. They tried, and they have a fight with the Atreides, and they wipe them out completely. They kill everybody, right? But Doctor Ju, that is the name of the doctor, is not a bad guy. He just he's getting actually screwed because Harkonnen has his wife, and they're blackmailing him. So that's the reason why he does it. Moving along, Dr. Ju actually give to the Duke, that is played by Oscar Isaac. That's actually pretty good in this role. So he give it a fake tooth, and that tooth is full of poison. And he says if you use it in the right moment, you can wipe out everybody in the room. All right. So the idea is that he is betraying the Atreides, but he's kind of giving like the revenge at the same time, because he's not evil per se. He's just in a bad situation, right? So moving the plot along, the Harkonnens gay. They wipe out everybody in the planet. Well, every Atreides. They wipe out every Atreides, and they have the Duke prisoner, and they have it naked in a really weird scene. They had it naked in a table, and it's looking like in a weird angle. It's a gorgeous scene. You can see anything, but you understand the vulnerability that they put in. And they're laughing at him, of course, mocking him. And the Duke, the Harkonnen, get close to him to actually laugh at him and say the last word. And this is the moment the Duke bite the tooth, and the tooth relieves the poison and kills everybody in the room. But luckily for the bad guys, he survived. Right? He have a shield also, and he get like wounded, but it's not dead. Okay. So meanwhile, all this was a segue. Meanwhile, this battle is happening and everybody's dying. Paul and his mom get captured, right? And the deal is they're gonna drop them in the desert because they're royalty, right? And they cannot just straight kill them. So they drop them in the desert, and that's the plan. But they make an escape move, and basically they find the Fremen, right? They find the Fremen, and this is like the main plot of the movie, right? So Paul Atreides get to the desert, and now he's with the Fremen, and the Fremen start like not wanting to be with them. They try to kill them. One of them have to fight a duel, and this is a really interesting duel because Paul Atreides has been training his whole life, but is not like an experienced warrior. But if I don't say this, but I'm gonna go back. Don't worry about it. So Paul Atreides has powers, and his mom have like mental powers, right? They have these boys, and with the boys they can do people make whatever they wish to do. Okay, so um, they're in the desert with the Fremens, and they're training. And this is when the movie actually stopped because it's just part one, right? So I told you about Zendaya and Stilgar. That is the leader of the Fremen. Zendaya is in the movie like 5 minutes as a whole. It's just like a tease because it's just part one. So if you're a fan of Zendaya, you have to wait a little longer to actually go and see her and full role. But Stilgar is the leader, and he believed in Paul because he believed there is this Messiah people, Messiah guy that is gonna come and help the Fremen, right? So he accepted them, right? And basically, Dune is this awesome production. It looks beautiful. I don't know how to explain to you. Like a desert never looked as beautiful as when you see it in Dune, right? So, with all that, I hope you enjoyed Dune Part 2. That is gonna be in theater soon. We'll see you later.